Much for joining me on Their Fight Story. We have a great fighter coming on. She's going to be doing her first fight debut. Her name is Erica Valentine, and her fight name is E3. And it's very interesting to hear where she came up with E3. Erica, how are you doing today?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm doing well, doing well.
How did you get involved with martial arts?
Um, so my cousins, Robert Rios and Johnny Lopez, and my brother, Justin Valentin. First, it was my cousin Robert and Johnny that started, like about I think like 10 or 11 years ago, and then my brother got started shortly after that. And I used to like just drop in classes at like 18 and be like, oh, this is fun. Um, and I would just come and go, but I never really stuck with it. I would just watch their fights. I've never missed one of their fights. Um, so I would just watch their fights and be like, oh man, I want to be a part of that. But I was so inconsistent. I at 18, I didn't have the right state of mind. I went through a lot. I struggled with alcohol and different things. I was fighting in the streets. I wasn't fighting legally, so it feels good to be fighting legally now. But I was fighting illegally a lot of times. And so around like 21, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start martial arts. And Russell Leak from Underdog,
Yes.
head coach. He's my Sifu. He's the most amazing guy that I know. He's given me so many opportunities. I love that man. So Russell Leak at Underdog, because I would drop in. So he already knew me as being, Justin's sister, Johnny, and Robert's cousin. So it was like open arms from jump. So at 21, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to keep on jumping in and out of this thing. I'm going to stick to it. And I signed up and I trained for about like 4 or 5 months. And then I got pregnant with triplets. So
Wow.
at 21 years old, I got pregnant with triplets. And I gave MMA a break. Obviously, I had 3 newborns at 21 years old. And then once I turned like 23, the girls were about like 2 years old. I was like, you know what? My coach kept on telling me to come back. I was watching people get good. My brother then turned pro, and then Johnny's like fighting for Bellator, and I'm like, wow, people are advancing like really good. They're sticking to it, and I've always been an athlete, but it was like a careless athlete. Like I've always been good, but like I didn't always give it my all. I was always like, whatever, I had a poor attitude. So at 22, I established a good attitude, and I was like, I'm gonna stick to this. And my coach was like, just come back, and I'm like, I have the girls, and he's like, just bring them, like that. That's always my coach's attitude, like. So my daughters train with me, when they're not in school and I go to Underdog. They've been raised at Underdog since they were 2 years old, in pack and plays and everything. So my coach, he's like, just come, bring the girls. And because that was my excuse, like, and then I was like, what other excuse do I have? So the girls were 2 years old in diapers. I remember going there and I was like, I was doing the classes, and it was a hot mess, girl. Like, like the girls, one of them pooped herself, one of them, like the other one's crying, my coach is holding the big. I'm like, oh, this is a hot mess. And I drive 30 minutes every day from Underdog to from my house to Underdog and back. So it's an hour collectively of driving. And so I just remember, having a class, and I was 160 pounds. I'm now 125. I fight at 115, but I was 160 pounds. I had triplets. So I was very slow. Like if you look at my on my Instagram, E3 MMA, if you look there, like there's a post and it's like then versus now, and it shows me 4 years ago, and then it shows now, like in 2021. And you could clearly see the difference. But I remember like being so slow and kind of getting beat up like my first time back, and then my daughters are crying, and so I remember just driving back from Underdog, like my daughters are in the back, they're sleeping now. Now they turned up all the way to Underdog, and then I get them in the car and they're sleeping. And I just remember like you know, I'm being an open book here, but like just crying, like, because I was like, oh my God, like this is gonna be, if I want to commit myself to martial arts, this is gonna be so hard for me because there's literally nobody with triplets that is fighting as a mom. So I just knew that I wanted to fight so bad because I've seen, I've been to like 20 something MMA fights, you know, between my cousins, my brother, my, I was a fan of Jessie Millie before she even became my teammate. So Jessie Millie, Matt Bassett, before he became my teammate, and he was even like a coach at Underdog. At one point, he opened up his own gym, Ascension. Carlos Candelario, the Cannon. You know, I was watching these people fight like all the time. Like, you know, I've been to these fights. So I just knew that, you know, on my way back home, I was thinking like, you know, you have to stick to this because, you know, you really want to do this, you know, you have to make a commitment. And from then on, it's been history. Like, honestly, like I just kept coming. I kept bringing the girls and I just made it happen. And now they're raised in the gym and they come with me and they sit down and I teach the kids class and they're in the kids class, the jujitsu, and it's they were raised in the gym and now it's beautiful. You know, they come in, I'm like, sit down, I'm getting my workout in, and then we're gonna have fun. You know, so yeah, that's how I became into MMA, and that was about 2017.
Wow. How did your mom feel about it?
Oh, she's not like a huge fan, like, you know, because she's seen my brother, you know, she's seen it. So you know, she's seen, you know, them win, them lose, and you know, I've seen her cry at fights, I've seen her be upset, you know, and she just cares. But she's supportive, you know what I mean? She's very supportive. But she's not the happiest that I'm fighting, you know. But she
What
is.
about your girls?
My daughters love it. They love it. They always tell people like, "Oh, my mommy's so strong." You know, my mommy does karate, and they think it's like karate. Like kind of like that's one of the art, but yeah, they love it. They're just they're hilarious. And it's honestly helped them out. You know, they're not violent with any other kids. They're not like they're very you know, just having them around the gym is very like is awesome, you know.
Wow. How were you approached to be fighting July 10th?
Um so I have a fight that I really can't announce where I'm fighting at right now in August. So it was between August and July, and then like the promotion didn't have a matchup, and then they did, and then they didn't, so it was kind of iffy. And then my coach was like, "Well, what about Cage Titans?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like Cage Titans, like yeah. I'm sorry, can I curse? Sorry. Yeah. I was like, heck yeah, like Cage Titans. I want to fight for them. They're one of the biggest promotions, you know, in New England. I think the biggest, in my opinion, promotion in New England. So I was like, heck yeah, I want to fight for them. And I didn't even care who it was. I was just like, I want to fight, you know, as long as they're female and they're 115 pounds, I want to fight them, you know. So I kind of knew that I was going to go against somebody that had already fought before because it's just so small in the MMA community, especially the strawweight division. So it's like it's hard to get a fight. So I just gotta take what I can get, you know.
Yeah, your fight camp. How? I mean, I can't even imagine how difficult it is. I mean, just on a normal basis, how difficult it is. And then on top of that, you know, you're sacrificing. Other people are sacrificing one child. You're sacrificing three. I'm not saying like you're ignoring them or anything, but your focus is a little different when you have three.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's very,
like I can't even.
It's very hard. It's very hard. Yeah, I work at Underdog full time, so that's my job. So I literally live in the gym, and the girls go to school. That's when I train. I train personal clients. I do my classes there. I run some classes there, and then I pick them up, and then you know it's all about them in the afternoon, and you know, and same thing on the weekends. They come with me to Underdog on the weekends, and they come train with me, and then they do jujitsu on Wednesdays and Sundays. I run a tiny text program. It's
Oh,
4 to 6 year olds. So if you're in Connecticut, if you got a 4 to 6 year old and they want to do jiu-jitsu, come to Underdog MMA in West Hartford.
How important is jujitsu?
Oh, it's so important, man. I can't even believe that some people like just won't put on a gi or like I'm just like I'm mind blown because it's so important. Like I just got my blue belt. And it's funny because I came to my coach Russell Leake is the real deal. Like I remember coming to him like 2 years after I started training. I'm like, I'm ready to fight. Like I'm ready to fight. He looked at me. He's like, no, you're not. He's like, you need a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. And I'm so thankful because I really just had stand up. My stand up is really good. But like when I dedicated so much time these last few years to jujitsu and wrestling. So when I got my blue belt, it was really emotional for me because it was hard. And it still is hard. Jiu-jitsu is very hard, but jiu-jitsu is so important because the fight starts standing up, but if you don't know what to do when your opponent gets you on the ground, like that's why it's called mixed martial arts. Some people like they just don't know what to do on the ground, and I'm like, you need to know what to do on the ground. Like do kickboxing or Muay Thai, but if you're gonna do MMA, like guarantee you need to have jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's important because I know I've seen that a lot of people, they say, "Oh, I am an MMA fighter," right? But they have no ground technique, and it's like they forget the importance. It's like it's mixed martial arts. It's not just MMA because some people like say it like it's MMA, but not really understanding the meaning of it because they've said it for so long, and it's like, well, it's mixed martial arts. So if you don't know one, you definitely need to be able to defend yourself on another. So if your thing is not the ground, at least know the basics to be able to defend yourself, to get yourself into the position.
Yeah. Like some people don't care about the ranks, but I think like you should at least be a blue belt, and I think you should if top level, you should be a black belt. At the top level, if you see so many of these people, in the UFC, they're black belts. Even in Invicta and stuff like that, these chicks are black belts. That I'm chasing that. I'm chasing to be one of those.
That's awesome. That's great. Now, your daughters, are they gonna follow in your footsteps?
I'm not sure. I have my brother here, Justin Valentin.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
No, I'm not sure yet. I kind of don't want them to fight because I know how hard it is. It's like the hurt business. You know what I mean? Nobody really wants their kid to fight, but I'll support them to whatever they want to do. They've just been raised in the gym.
What about this thing right here?
So you don't want them to fight, but you do want them to know how to defend themselves. Oh, look at this. I got a 2-for-1 interview.
Yeah, 2-for-1 deal.
How you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Feeling good. Feeling good.
That's awesome. How do you feel about your sister fighting?
I'm excited. Right now. Yeah, it's gonna. She's been working really hard for the last few years, so I feel like this is her time right now to shine. So get to put all the hard work on display and get to go out there and have some fun. That's what it's all about.
Are you looking to be on the same card as her?
No, not on this one.
No. Would you think of it? Because I would wonder, like, I wouldn't be able to function. I would be like, oh my God, my brother or my sister's fighting. I can't, like, mentally.
Yeah, I get that tingly feeling. Like, whenever Johnny or Justin or Robert fought, like, it was like, I would be at work and just pacing back and forth and just get that sweaty feeling. Like, so I think us fighting on the same card right now is not a good idea, but in the future, for sure.
Yeah.
That would be awesome because we always have, like, brothers and brothers fighting. I don't think I've seen a brother and sister on the same card. That would be awesome.
This is it, the Valentin.
I fought on the same card as Johnny one time, and that was pretty exciting. That was pretty cool. It's good experience for both of us. But
on the same card, right?
Yeah, that was reality fighting.
Yes, I remember. I was so confused. Yeah. I was like, wait, which one's going first?
Yeah.
Nah, but it's her time right now, so we're just gonna let her do her thing, and I'm gonna be in her corner, and it should be a very good night.
That's awesome. Yay. How does it feel to have the support that you have from your brother?
It feels great. It feels really good. Like, yeah, he puts the pressure on me. He like, beats me up. But at the same time lets me work technique, but really puts it on me. You know what I mean? He doesn't really take it that easy on me. And sometimes we've gotten frustrated before and I'm like, why are you going so easy on her? And like, you're going freaking hard on me. But I remember like one time he's like, you're gonna thank me one day. Yeah, I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful for Johnny. Johnny's been coming out every Monday to help me out. Like, we're doing sparring and stuff like that, getting rounds in with professionals, and it feels great to have my family there, to have it's like a fight family,
Yes.
You got to go through those tough rounds. It's never been easy camps going with Bassett. Bassett whoops my ass. Carlos Candelario, these guys, Tony, these guys are tough guys, and I feel like, and women too. Jess Mealy, they don't take it easy, and I feel like you got to go through the struggle in the camp to have a successful fight. I feel like just work hard in the camp, and the fight will be easy. That's the party.
Yeah, and you have family there, both. Blood family and gym family that support you.
My gym family has become like family. I see them. I see my coach more than I see my family. So it's like, yeah, we've become one. A lot of my teammates, Felicia, she's a teacher. Liv is a hairstylist. These girls are good. These girls are good kickboxers. Ariana Cruz just came out and helped me. She's sparring me every week. She's nasty. Sam Ayala. A lot of these people are just helping me. Like, since I said I have a fight coming up, like, they're all hands on deck. They're like, what do you need? Let me help you. Let's do this. Let's do that. Watching the opponent see what she throws and, kind of mimic what, So, yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
This is going to be an awesome fight. I'm looking forward to it.
And I have a game opponent. She knows what she's doing. She's very technical. She's been doing it longer than me. She's fought at Plymouth. Like, this is her home. You know what I mean? So I'm not sleeping on anybody. You know what I mean? So we have a game opponent. I'm game. I'm looking at it as it's going to be a dog fight.
So women fights are the best fights.
Yeah, it's going to be a dog fight,
Those are usually the best fights. Like, sometimes people don't appreciate the women fights. They just think that they're just going to go in there. I don't know really what they think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Usually when they have females on the card, it's going to be a fight. Like,
yeah, it's a fight. We have emotions, we're all in it. We're throwing everything in it. I'm not saying that men don't, but we're just, I don't know. I would like to see a woman fight more than I like to see a man fight. Honestly, that's just my opinion. But yeah, man, Joanna and Zhang, they're perfect. That's a perfect,
It's one of the best fights of all time.
Yeah, like, I feel like that was the best fight of all time. Like, so many strikes thrown. They were just in it, and even Joanna's head was like this, and she was still swinging. Like, that's hard. That's something that you can't really teach. So.
Yeah, but you have 3 amazing princesses that are backing you up, so you have that fire. Once you walk into that cage and it closes,
it's a different feeling.
Yeah, I always say, there's nothing stronger than a mother's strength. I always say that. You know what I mean? And I believe that.
And you have triplet strength that any other mother could take.
Triplet strength, and I hope to be one day the only MMA fighter with triplets, at GoPro, and I hope that's one of my goals. We're gonna take it a step at a time, but even amateur, I don't know any amateur chick that has triplets that fights.
Yeah, no. When you told me that, I was like, oh, 3. Okay, because I seen the pictures, but you have kids, and sometimes they look exactly the same, and they have like 2 years apart because one is just bigger than the other. But when you said triplets, I was like, oh, Lord Jesus, okay.
Yeah.
What are their names?
Kylie, London, and Ariana.
Oh, how cute! And you're a proud uncle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He has a baby on the way. Him and his wife are having another boy, 3 boys. So he wanted to beat me. He's like, yo, you got 3 kids, and I'm gonna have 3 kids. So he has 3 boys. I have 3 girls.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That is awesome. I just, wow, that is so amazing. Like just the bond. I love it. I mean, I have four brothers and one sister, so I know
So
how
you know
that
how
is.
it is to be like outnumbered by
Yeah.
guys.
It's like the best feeling, just having like
Yeah,
your brother's support.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Him
because I
being
mean, they always pick on you.
yeah,
And
him being in my corner is definitely like one of the main things that I want. And I'm like, just because I'm fighting at Cage Titans. Like, that's going to be my debut. And there's going to be, I don't know, thousands of people, hundreds of, that's a big, big hall. And it's going to go to full capacity.
It's a solid promotion, too. I
Yeah.
always wanted to fight. I'm going to check that off my bucket list one day. I definitely got to get a fight in with Mike Polvier and,
hit him up, man.
and Cage Titans.
yeah, well, we have 3 shows coming up: July, August, and November.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Right.
You have time. Make sure the baby's not due any of those days, and you're good.
Yep.
Baby's doing end of September, so we'll see what's going on.
Yeah. Wow. That is great. Do you guys have any final words before we conclude with your interview?
No, that's basically it. I'm looking to fight. I'm looking forward to fighting for Cage Titans, and just want to thank them for giving me the opportunity to make my debut. Want to thank my opponent, Ashley Barrett, and all of them. Thank you for accepting the fight, and I look forward to putting on a show. Nobody really knows me yet, but I think they're gonna get to know me.
Yes.
The presence will be felt.
Yeah, and I just want to. My best friend wants me to shout her out. 18 years. My best friend. She'll be running for Senate. In Southington. Yep, Connecticut. Jelly Espada. But yeah, just shout out to my team, Underdog, Russell. All my people.
Awesome. Justin, would you like to say anything?
No, I'm just excited for her debut, and I'm ready to have that anxious feeling backstage. I get that with everybody, but I think this time it's a little bit different. It's gonna be like the same with her and Johnny and Robert. It's different because it's family. But I'm confident in her preparation, and she's been working very hard for a long time. So this is a chance to let her shine and have her moment.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for your time.
If the weigh-ins, yeah, we can talk after.
Yes, we will.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Bye.
Thank you.